how am I gonna hoop this thing? The biggest pro of it all, my brother, he keeps staring at me. The good, the bad, the Yes, finally, I'm doing a review on the Happy Japan 7-needle embroidery machine. So you know I have a business. So this is like my most important employee. I'm gonna go over the good, the bad, the ugly, although things don't tend to get ugly around here. So I'm just gonna give you the pros and the not so pros, the cons of the machine. I've had this machine for about 8 months now. So I'm just gonna go over the specs and then the pros and the cons and what? You guys, my brother, he keeps staring at me. I think he feels bad when he's not in my videos. This features a 12 by 12 sewing fill. I love that it doesn't have anything underneath. You know, my brother embroidery machine has the bars that come underneath. This one is just a free space. So it's got 7 needles, 12 by 12 sewing filled. It comes with this hoop, which I am not a fan of. You can get the MightyHoop. So it comes with this, and it comes with this hoop as well. The stitching speed is 1,000 stitches per minute. On hats, it goes up to 650 stitches per minute. I'm just gonna show you guys this overall specs right here because I wanna move into the pros, the things that are important to me. What I'm doing as I go over the pros is I'm just comparing it to my brother PR 680. It doesn't deserve a comparison, but I just have my other machine, so I'm going to compare it to that. I really love how this area is free. So if you have like jackets, bulky items, things like that, you don't have to try to maneuver through that area. It's just a very free space. Another thing that I like is that it's actually quieter than my brother machine as it is stitching out. It seems like it is stitching it smoother and just a little bit quieter. Let me back up a little bit. I purchased this in July off of Sewing Machines Plus. What I like about that is they offer 0% financing. You know, you just got to go look at the terms and see if that works for you. It arrived here like in 3 to 4 days in a box, and it was just very straightforward. I think I just had to attach like 3 different things. What I'm going to do is turn it on now so that you can see. One of the pros that I love about this is how easy it is to select the color threads. Now on my brother embroidery machine, there's a few things that I don't like. One being trying to assign different colors to the threads. It's not a very big deal because you know you can see with your eyes, okay, I got the red color is on the first thread holder, black is on the second, you know, so that's not a big deal. But on that one, you have to reset it every time you go to hoop another thing. So if you're doing like 15 items, you have to reset the color code every single time. I haven't been able to figure out on that one how to do it. On my Happy machine, it will set the threads and it's like one and done, and then it stays that way. I'm going to show you. It doesn't have the crosshair laser, but it still has the laser, which is really nice. Now on this color sorting, it says, do you want to change it? So if I want to change it to 2, it will change to 2 and it'll actually change the color on the screen. This is what I was talking about with my brother. It doesn't do that. So it's hard for you to know if you have it on the right color. And then you just come over here. And that is one thing that I love so much about this one. And when you go to put in a different one, it will not reset the colors. There's been so many times on my other machine that because it doesn't keep the color selection, that I've used the wrong red color and have had to like toss out a hat, which is a good segue to hats. This embroidery machine does so good on hats. You do have to get the cap driver separately though, and then you change these bars out with this. This is what comes separately. And it just gets tied in with these knobs and those down there. So it's really quick and easy to change it out, to go from like doing apparel items to caps and hats. And you're going to be so impressed when you see these stitches up close. Look at that. Another thing that I think is unique to this machine is it has a bobbin winder, which I haven't used, but it's nice to know that it is there. I don't know if I will ever use it. I get the pre-wound magnetic bobbins, and those ones you can use the same bobbins for my brother machine as well as my Happy Japan machine. So that's a plus that those are interchangeable. Okay, a couple things that I want to mention as I'm going along this video. Leave a comment and let me know what machine that you have. I want to help out all the viewers in here so that they can get a good idea, a good perspective on what is a good machine. Now I'm just going to show you how easy it is to navigate through the screens. You can go in here and you can change the frame. It's not going to let me though because I got the hat frame on, but that's where you go to change it to be like a 5-inch square or the 12 by 12 inch hoop. This is where you can see your USB, and it takes a minute to load because I've got a lot of files on there, and I'm not sure if it has the prompt work to show any pictures, but I just look at it by the list. This shows you how easy it is to change the colors, and what I like is that it changes the color on the screen as well as corresponding with the thread color that I changed it. But see, this is where it's not fitting in the hoop, so I can go through and I can move it to fit in the hoop, but it never will because I have the hat hoop on. Let me find one that is a file for the hat hoop so you can see. I mean, it'll just be a better example. This bad hair day, see how it's red right now? I put it on needle 1 and it changed it to black. And now I'm going to move it so that it's over here in the embroidery space. And I just press these arrows and it's really easy to do. And then it's got this laser. It's not a crosshair laser, it's just the dot laser, which is fine. Another feature I love is when you have to skip stitches, like you want to move forward. You can do like the +10, +100, or you can actually punch it in. So if I want to go to the 4,000th stitch, then it takes me there, and I love that feature. This is the screen that has all the different options. You can spell out things if you'd like. I think it's got like 12 different fonts. I've never really used it. I'm not sure how to use that right now, but there are a lot of different options. But again, I usually only use this for hats. I haven't really had too much time to explore much, but it does have a lot of options. When you need to get the threads out of the way, you use this spring bar. That way, when it's embroidering, other threads from the other needles don't go and get caught up in the design. That happens all the time on my other machine, but this is a better way to keep the threads out of the way. And now we're going to move on to the cons. If you are enjoying this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and keep watching. Thank you. And now we're going to move on to the cons. Do you hear that? It's the sound of a hum. It's a creative hum, but it can be kind of annoying. So I told you how when it stitches out, it's a lot quieter. It's a lot smoother when it stitches out. But when it's just in idle and it's not being used yet, there's this slight hum to it. And at first it did take some getting used to. Now I don't really like the hum, but I don't know if that's important to you. It's just kind of annoying. That's about it. The other thing is it takes more oil. So I use my oil, but I have to oil once a week, but I have to oil in between these little springs. And I think that's probably common. It's just with my brother PR680, I only have to oil one thing on that one, and it's every day, but it's this area. So I don't know why this one is different. Maybe because it's more like of a commercial machine. You can let me know if you want to, but just it must be they're made with like different types of parts. And this one I oil down here every day. And these ones, like I said, I oil once a week where I put this in here and I squeeze that. And then there's a lever in here and I'm just going to do it right now. It goes all the way to the right. And then there's this little area that I have to oil right in here. If you don't oil those, oh my gosh, he is not a happy camper. He's not a happy Japan. So I'll just say that because there was a point that I was getting like thread breakages, the knife cutter thing wasn't working, and I was very frustrated. Now I haven't had like the thread popping or any of those problems in the last 2 months because now I know I set a timer on my phone, like every Sunday or Monday night. I come in here and I oil the machines because it wants you to give it like 8 hours to evenly go in between and work the oil, work its way down into those grooves. I think that's what it says anyways, is to oil it like at nighttime. Oh, the other con that I gotta say is the needles that it has you use are these Grosbecker needles, and they don't have a flat edge. If you sew or have a different embroidery machine, you will know when you go to replace a needle, it always has a flat edge that lets you know what way to put the needle in. This one doesn't, and you have to make sure that you get the needle eye completely straight, like perpendicular, you know, with you and the machine. Otherwise, that will cause problems. There's got to be a trick. I've tried different tricks. Replacing the needle is, I just don't look forward to that at all. I mean, really, it requires a little bit more love. You know, it gets thirsty. It gets dehydrated easily. So I just have to make sure that I keep it oiled. Now, the last con that I have is, remember how I told you it has a 12 by 12 sewing field? Well, MightyHoops only comes with a 10 by 10 hoop for this particular Happy Japan machine. That is kind of a con to me because even though it can do 12 by 12, how am I going to hoop this thing? You should have seen me the other day trying to hoop a sweatshirt with this. I was on my knees, like using my hands, using my knees, trying to get the sweatshirt in. I'm not even kidding you. It's hard. I've been spoiled with these MightyHoops. So that is a con. Hopefully MightyHoops, or I don't know what the problem or issue is with that, but they do not have a 12 by 12 MightyHoop for this machine. So I mentioned the pros, mentioned the cons, but the biggest pro of it all, I don't know if you've already like done your research and checked, this machine is $6,995. Whoa, yes, I get it. Okay, it's expensive, but for an embroidery machine, not really. The quality that you get from this is well worth it. A lot of people will ask, like in the Facebook groups, does anybody know of a machine to embroider hats? This is it, you guys. A lot of times I just use this one for my hats, and my other machine is set up to do my apparels. And for me, for the price, this is well worth it. And some of you might even be asking like, well, should I get this or the Brother PR680? And I know that I've been comparing this through this whole video to that Brother PR680. The thing of it is I don't think that they are very comparable, but the Brother PR680, it's a lot more money. I do think it is more user friendly, and it works with my MightyHoops. It's got the 8x13. I also do hats on that machine as well. So I can't really compare them because for the price, you will not be disappointed in this machine. I also compare this to like a Toyota, a Toyota. Like they don't have all the fancy options, but they will run forever and it's reliable. I don't fully know all the options that this machine does. That's another reason why I have been putting off this review, but I wanted to let you guys know what I think about it, and I can vouch for it for hats for sure. Apparel items, yes, too. And I want you to see the quality that it does on these polos. It looks really amazing. Look at the words. I'll show you a close-up of it when it is finished. Isn't that beautiful? And here are some more hats because I'm obsessed with the quality. And now you're probably wondering, where do I get this machine? This is the Sewing Machines Plus website. This is where I purchased mine. You can click on the link or call them. Now, if you call them, you will get a live person. And make sure that you mention my name. I want them to know that my channel is making an impact. For the price, it's fine that it doesn't do the 12 by 12 with my MightyHoops. I guess it's just gonna do a 10 by 10. But for the price, I love this machine. And you really can't argue with the results. Let me know what other questions that you have. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.